As small business owners today, we are all constantly bombarded with the latest and greatest strategies that are going to supposedly take our businesses to the next level, supposedly. Well, I'm here to tell you, as a content strategist who's worked with hundreds of clients at this point and helped them grow their businesses in all sorts of different ways using content online, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. What works for you may not work for your business bestie. But there is a simple formula you can use to craft your very own high-impact content strategy in just 2 simple steps. So in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. The first step, or rather component of your strategy, should be your signature platform. And what is your signature platform? Well, your signature platform is where your ideal audience members can go to get real, tangible value from you that sort of mimics the experience they might have if they decided to work with you. So let me give you an example here. Let's say you're a photographer who has a blog, and your blog is your signature platform. It's where people might go to check out some of your work, but it's more than a portfolio. You might also be sharing different notes from a shoot that you did where you talk about how the specific positioning, now I'm not a photographer, so I may not be using all the technical words, but how the subject was positioned. You really thought that would emphasize the outfit that they were wearing. Maybe you're a fashion photographer. So you share a little bit of the behind the scenes, almost like behind the mind, if you will, so that people are really encouraged to work with you because of the way that you think and operate during a shoot, as opposed to just your beautiful photos. So sharing a little bit of that experience in a blog post along with photos from the shoot is a really great way to captivate your ideal audience members and your ideal future clients. So what could a signature platform be? Well, generally, I like to recommend some sort of robust content platform. What does that look like? A blog, podcast, YouTube videos, things that really have some meat, some substance to them. A good way to indicate whether or not something is signature content would be, can someone experience a mini transformation as they consume this content? Meaning that, where were they? Where was their mindset? What did they know prior to consuming this content? And then what do they now know because they consumed the content after the fact? So before consuming this content, you maybe didn't know how to create a high impact content strategy for your business. And hopefully, if I do my job right, by the end of this video, you will know how to do that. The second step or second component of your content strategy should be your social platform. Now, your social platform is where you can share your signature content, but you can also engage and connect with your ideal audience members in a pretty real-time way. This is generally going to be your social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. I know that now we're at this point where even all of those platforms have platforms within the platforms, but you don't have to be everywhere all the time. You don't need necessarily a Facebook group and to be doing stories and live and all the things. You can just pick 1 or 2 on one platform, and that's really enough to be able to grow your business in a strategic way. And of course, it's great to have a presence on multiple different platforms and drive people from this platform to that platform. But the reality is that you really do only need these 2 main content platforms for your business to be able to grow in a strategic way. Beyond that, if you're really focused on one main signature platform and one main social platform, you should be able to get pretty good, pretty involved with both of those platforms and kind of know the ins and outs of what your audience loves to see from you on those platforms, as opposed to spreading your attention really thin across a lot of different platforms and just putting out content that kind of gets a little bit of engagement here, a little bit of engagement there. If you're really engaged on just 2 specific platforms, you should be able to go deep and create content that really truly serves and connects with your audience on both of those platforms. Now, in our photographer example, this would look like maybe sharing those Instagram photos from a shoot and giving a little bit of a preview to the blog post, or just sharing the behind the scenes. And one thing, photographers, a little tip, something I don't see very often when I'm looking at photographers on Instagram, and I follow quite a few of them, I don't see a lot of you. And if you're the main person behind your brand, and especially like if I'm going to do a shoot with you, we're going to be spending a significant amount of time together, right? So I encourage you, photographers, this is a side note, bonus tip for photographers, share a little bit of you. Of course, we want to see your beautiful work, the amazing photographs that you take, but we also kind of want to see who's going to be taking those photographs, who's behind the camera. So don't be afraid to show yourself. And this goes across the board. If you work in a very visual medium, if you're a designer and you're just sharing your designs, don't be afraid to step in front of the camera and show us who's behind all this amazing work. Now, as I mentioned before, a lot of these social platforms do have other platforms within them, Instagram stories, Facebook groups, all these different things. But I do recommend being involved on a platform that is very conversational. So if you do want to be engaged on one of those sub platforms within one of the main platforms, like an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, then I'd really recommend picking one of those sub platforms that lends itself to one-on-one communication, meaning you can have a conversation with another human being who might be interested in working with you, like messaging, that kind of thing. And starting that conversation with a story is a great idea. Here's what that might look like. Let's say you post an Instagram story and you share about an event that's coming up, and you say, let me know if you're interested in this event. Just send me a message. Let me know that you're interested, and I'll send you the link to get more information about the event. That does a couple things for your account that are really great, that Instagram knows people are engaging with your stories content. And then also it helps you get a one-on-one conversation started with people and gives you a good idea who might be interested in what it is that you offer. So that's just a little bit of a bonus tip. And don't stress out about the conversational platforms. At the end of the day, as long as you are creating really great, valuable content on your signature platform, and then you're sharing that and starting conversations with your ideal audience member on your social platform, you really can grow your business in a strategic way online. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please hit subscribe, because I put out new videos every single week to help you grow your business in a way that's right for you. And let me know in the comments below what your signature platform is and what's your social platform.